Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from Golub Capital Direct Lending Unlevered Corporation. And let me tell you, after reading this, I feel like I need a finance degree just to understand how unlevered they really are. Smucks. We are looking at a document about a sale of stock, which basically means the company is raising money. We'll break down why they're doing this, what it means for investors, and whether you should care. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can nerd out even more than what is presented here. This document is called a Form 8K, also known as a current report. Companies use these forms to announce major events to their investors. Think of it as a corporate bat signal, or maybe it should be cash signal in this case. The date on this report is in June of 2025. The company in question is Golub Capital Direct Lending Unlevered Corporation. That's a mouthful, but the key part is direct lending. They loan money directly to companies instead of going through a bank. They are located in New York. Okay, this section talks about the sale of stock. Essentially, Golub Capital is selling shares of its own company. They're selling 706,700 shares, or about 796,000 shares of common stock. It's important to note that the stock sale is for an aggregate offering price of $11. This sale is expected to happen around the end of June 2025. It says here June 25th. The company has agreements with its stockholders. This means that when requested, the investors will give them money for shares of the company with a minimum of 10 days notice. Here's a bit of legal jargon, but it's important. The sale of these shares doesn't need to be registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. It notes that the company is using what's called an exemption, the legal term for avoiding those SEC rules. It is relying on the fact that the investors are accredited investors. This report was signed by Christopher C. Erickson, the Chief Financial Officer, or CFO, of Golub Capital. Now let's break down what this all means. Essentially, Golub Capital needed some extra cash, so asked its existing investors to chip in. Selling stock is a common way for companies to raise money. Think of them trying to get more cash for additional operation. This extra money could be used to invest in more companies through loans and in their direct lending business to make even more money. I've docked now for an unlevered company to sell stock. It tells me some additional information. It makes me believe that they might need additional cash on hand because their current investments are not panning out. When a company is doing well, they often reinvest their profits or they get levered, borrowing money to do so. So this unlevered company asking for money just makes me think the situation might not be as good as they like to portray. It also means the existing investors will now own less of the company. Their ownership stake gets diluted, which means they have a smaller piece of the pie. At what Thigway, Golub Capital is raising capital, which could mean they see growth opportunities or could mean their current financial situation isn't the best. The devil is in the details, and it is ultimately difficult to determine if this is a good investment without further data. Alright, that's our breakdown of Golub Capital's latest filing. What's your take on these moves and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.